The left has now torn into the Chief Minister of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee. Md Salim has said Mamata's change has become a fiasco. When Mamata Banerjee stormed as the Chief Minister of West Bengal, she was looked on as Paribartan. Change from what was seen to be an archaic rule by the CPM, and today, of course, the left tearing into Mamata, saying that Mamata's change has now become a fiasco. This has been said by Mr. Md Salim. Of course, Mamata in the recent past has come to be a picture of a tyrannical ruler, mercurial at her best. Let's listen in to Md Salim.
But the government should make it clear, the censor board members should make it clear what is the reason. Because we are finding so many reasons they are putting forward, because it's an irrational act by obstructing this release of this film or refusing the certificate of the censor board. And because they know it's irrational thing, so they are trying to put up some kind of rationality which is based on lies and untruth. And that's the unfortunate part. So you can't take anything in the face value these days from this administration.
My colleague Mamata is on the phone line with me reporting on this story. Mamata Banerjee was pretty much seen the face of Paribartan, but of course all those people who looked on her with those tinted glasses today are ruining their decision, and clearly the left taking advantage of that.
Well, absolutely, it has now turned into a political fight, and the matter has escalated to the level that it will now reach the appellate tribunal in Delhi, where the discussion and the debate will be held on 4th, after which, seeing the movie, a final consensus or a decision will be arrived at. But what is more important is that till now there have been a lot of people who had been supporting Mamata Banerjee, and the culture plant which had been in support of her is now trying to gain as much as possible, especially keeping in mind on the number game that has been going on, whatever the brownie the person wants to gain in the run-up to the panchayat polls. And of course, what is equally important, and we need to keep that in mind, is that this time again, Mamata Banerjee's government may not have been involved directly, but the members who have opposed to it are appointed by the state government. So of course, the state nominees have now finally taken it over and have banned the movie and have refused the certificate to the movie in Bengal.
You stay on with us, Manogya there. Clearly at this juncture, Mamata Banerjee has come to be the picture of intolerance. They're resembling a completely dictatorial leader. Let's listen in to reactions that we are getting in. Nilotpal Basu from the left speaking.
One should not be surprised, because it is very clear that the government is not prepared to listen to any criticism, any comment. So it of course started with the CPIM and other left forces, but as is the dynamic of this kind of an authoritarian trend, that it ultimately spares nobody.
Well, clearly we're going into more breaking news right now. Reactions coming in, criticism pouring in for the Mamata Banerjee government after a controversial film is banned by the West Bengal censor board. The director and the actor in the film allege a political vendetta against this particular film. Clearly criticism pouring in from all quarters, not just citizens of West Bengal. But let's quickly listen in to what the makers of this film have to say.
It is an intervention on the democratic space of an artist. That an artist has a voice, he has a democratic space, he has a democratic right to talk about anything. Why should the censor board or the certification board will act as moral police? They are there to see that if any grave distortion has been done to the country, if there's some grave distortion, then they can say that this might create problem.
In West Bengal, what's going on, sadly, is an era of intolerance, dogma. During the CPM rule, we saw intolerance of one kind. Basically, it's the same intolerance. Nothing has changed in West Bengal. But she's an authoritarian politician. From what she has been doing and saying, I do not see much of a love for democracy or having regard for what other people think.
Actually, I believe they don't have any right to stop the film or pass any creative judgment on the film. So it's a political film, and it's not a universal vision. It's director Shumon Mukherjee's personal vision on that subject, his own take on the play Kangal Malshat. So why should we stop it? There are electronic medias, there are print medias who are going against government, as always. And government is not stopping them, not the television channels or the print media.
Manogya Loiwal reporting on the story, joining us right now. Manogya, this Bengali film that has been refused a certificate by the local censor board is not the first example where Mamata Banerjee, the chief minister of West Bengal, has tried to curb freedom of speech. What kind of reactions are you picking up? Of course, we can see from across the spectrum coming out, raising a voice against Mamata's tyrannical ways.
Well, it is getting mixed reactions, at least in Tollywood, where the movie has been people had been waiting for the movie. There are two reactions to it. One is that the chief minister and her people have finally turned out to be tyrannical. The way they've been asking the movie and refusing any certificate to the movie, citing that the two things that have been shown in bad light in the movie, allegedly the swearing-in ceremony of the chief minister Mamata Banerjee, and of course parts of the movie where Stalin has been shown in bad light. So they have, the words used are that the history has been shown in bad light, and that is one reason. And the second is abusive language. But the excuse of abusive language is not going down well, because there are many Bollywood and Hollywood movies which have been using abusive language, and perhaps a ban will be indicating only on the reasoning of the fact that there is abusive language used in the movie has not gone down well with the cinema and the cinematographers here in Bengal.
All right, Manogya Loiwal reporting on the story. Thank you for joining us. Of course, we have headlines today. We'll keep getting our viewers' reactions. You can follow the story right here on this network. Moving on now, staying with the same news, a movie that apparently is critical of the TMC government has now been refused certification in West Bengal. The film Shataru has not passed the censor board as it has some dialogues which are critical of Mamata's policy. Now, the letter from a revising committee of the Central Board of Film Certification said the way departure of Tata Company was uttered in the film, it seems to malign a significant movement of a civic society. Reports are that the revising committee is headed by a Mamata supporter. It also has objections with the way that Mamata's oath-taking ceremony has been shown. The director of the film, Shumon Mukhopadhyay, says it has nothing but politics that is behind his film not getting certification. Apparently, the singer-turned-rebel Trinamool Congress MP Kabir Shumon is one of the protagonists in the films. Besides him, Kaushik Ganguly and Komalika Banerjee also play vital characters in this controversial celluloid venture, which is based on a novel by Nabarun Bhattacharya. The director has already moved to the Film Certification Appellate Tribunal to determine the fate of this film.
Reality also does not mean that, using a foul language or using absolutely earthy content means realism. No. So I think we are living in difficult times, and it's just a matter of tolerance and intolerance. And freedom of expression, how much are we stretching it to? There has to be a full stop or a semicolon somewhere. And I think it's a responsibility of the directors of the censor board to enact the same.